What is going on, guys? Mcskillet here with another CSGO video, and today I'm doing an ultimate budget loadout video. I've included a skin for every single weapon in the game, even including the knife, and you can get every single one of these skins for 150 bucks. A lot of you guys have been asking for different budget loadouts, and if you don't want to get a knife, you can actually get all these for only 50. So it's basically a $100 knife and then like $50 worth of skins. So yeah, let's get right into the first skin, which as you can see in the background is the M4A1 Evil Dalymo, and this is a really nice M4A1 skin. I use this over a lot of other ones, and it's only $2 for a factory new one. So definitely one of the superior cheap skins right here. And I would recommend getting it factory new though. But the next skin is for the P2000, and it's the P2000 Handgun, another P2000 skin that's pretty nice, and I have recommended a lot in my cheap skin videos. And this one's only 50 cents. You don't really need to get this factory new because the minimal wear one looks very, very similar to factory new. No one would be able to tell the difference. But for the next skin, this one's a little more complicated basically. I just recommend going for a 5.7 case hardened and try to get one for under $5. And if you get sort of lucky, you can get one with a bunch of blue on it. Like I got this one right here for only like I think like $4, and it was field tested. You might have to look for a more expensive one on the market, but you can like downgrade condition and then try to find a more expensive one just scrolling down on the market, and then you might be able to get one that's like 50% or more blue, which actually looks pretty nice for the price right there. But for the AK-47 skin, I'm going to go with the AK-47 Red Laminate. You could also go with the AK Redline, but I think that skin's a little bit overused. Like almost everyone has that skin, it seems like. And I don't know, I like this skin a little better in my opinion, but for the Glock, Glock Candy Apple is a pretty nice Glock skin for only 50 cents, so I definitely recommend that right there. And for the AWP skin, I'm going to go with the AWP Sun In Leo factory new. I was going to go with the Electric Hive, but then you can get this one for like a couple dollars cheaper, and I think it's a little bit nicer anyway, so it's only $7.50 for a factory new one. Now for the P90 module, you don't really need to get a factory new because it's only brightness differences in the conditions, but minimal wear is only 25 cents, and it's a pretty sweet looking P90 skin if you want to pwn noobs with it. But for the CZ skin, I don't personally use the CZ, but I included every single weapon skin in this video. And for a minimal wear CZ Poison Dart, which looks pretty much the same as factory new, it's only 50 cents, and I really do like the CZ skin. There's some other ones, but I think the Poison Dart is probably the best out of all of them right here, so that's only 50 cents. For the Deagle skin, I picked the Desert Eagle Midnight Storm factory new. The one I have is kind of a low float one, so I'm not sure how a poorer float one, but I would definitely go with a factory new one, and I really do like this Deagle skin. It's better than a lot of the expensive Deagle skins in my opinion. Now the next skin for this video is the M4A1-S Guardian. If you're only using the M4A4, you don't even need to get this skin, but if you want a skin for both of them, you can get the Guardian for $6.50. And minimal wear looks pretty much the same as factory new, so you don't really need factory new if you're trying to save money. But for the P250, I went with the P250 Muertos. There's a lot of nice P250 skins, but I don't know, this one's a pretty nice one for only $2.50 right here. You can also go with the wing shot, or maybe try to get a nice kimono, but the Crimson Kimono ones, the nice ones, are really hard to find. Most of them are ship patterns, but this is a pretty easy to find nice skin. Now the Famas doesn't have too many nice skins for it, and unfortunately a lot of them look really beat up, but I went with the Famas Pulse. It's sort of a cool looking skin right here. And yeah, so for the dualies, I went with the dual Berettas Dueling Dragons. These are actually the dualies that I use, and the field tested ones actually look pretty much the same as factory new, so you can just go with those. A really nice dualie skin right here, and the dualies aren't even that bad anymore after that one update. But for the Scout skin, I picked the SSG Abyss, and minimal wear one looks pretty much the same as factory new, and you'll save a bunch of money doing that. And yeah, pretty nice Scout. For the USP-S, I definitely am going to go with the USP-S Torque. This is one of my favorite USP-Ss in the game, and the factory new one is only 40 cents, so I definitely say it's a good cheap USP-S. And for the Scar 20, if you're an advanced player, you can always go with the Grotto right here. You know, there's a lot of Scar skins. This one's only 10 cents, so yeah, you can pick that. And for the AUG, I don't really use the AUG, but if you guys do use the AUG, you can use the AUG Torque, which is only $1, and pretty much the nicest cheap AWP skin, or AUG skin, I would say. But for the PP-Bizon, I went with the Osirus, and yeah, this one's pretty nice. A lot of the PP-Bizons look kind of beat up, but this one looks pretty sweet when it's factory new. And for the UMP, you can get the UMP Riot for only 16 cents. I would I definitely do prefer the UMP Blaze, but that one's like, I think like $6 or $7, so it's kind of hard to fit in the budget, so I went with that instead. But for the MP7, I kind of like this new MP7. They added the MP7 Special Delivery, which is only $1 for a minimal wear one, and will probably be dropping in price over the next couple months. But for the MP9, I definitely am going to go with the MP9 Poison Dart. This skin's actually pretty sweet looking. I didn't even realize how awesome it was until I tried it out in game. And for the Nova, you can always go with the Nova Koi. Definitely one of the nicer Nova skins in the game, and it's only 50 cents for a factory new one. For the XM, I went with the Heaven Guard one. Field tested, looks pretty similar. Actually, it does look a little beat up, but you don't need the nicest XM skin, to be honest. And for the Mag 7, I went with the Cobalt Core one. This one is pretty sweet. Definitely one of my favorite Mag 7 skins. It looks pretty nice when it's factory new. For the Negev, I went with the Negev Loudmouth. You could try to upgrade the condition a bit, but then it's a little more expensive. But for field tested, doesn't look too bad. It's kind of a funny, cool looking skin right here. And for the Galil, I'm definitely going to go with the Galil AR Stone Cold. This skin's actually awesome looking, as you can see in game. Definitely one of the coolest Galils, if not the coolest one in game right here. And for the SG553, I went with the Pulse Minimal Wear. I mean, there isn't too many good cheap SG553 skins, but the Pulse one's not too bad. Pulse skins are alright looking, I guess. And for the G3, I picked the Green Apple one. I think this is the one I actually used to use, and it's pretty nice looking, kind of like the Emerald, but not the Emerald, I guess. But yeah, for the Mac 10, another 10-cent skin is the Mac 10 Candy Apple. Very cheap, but not bad looking Mac 10 skin right here. And for Sawed Off, I picked the Sawed Off Origami, which, as you can see, is pretty sweet looking. And yeah, I don't really see why you'd use the Sawed Off, but if you really want a Sawed Off skin, you can get that. And now, for the long-awaited knife skin, you can actually get a Flip Knife Crimson Web field tested for only $90 to $110. Right now there's one on the market for only $90. I think it has kind of a shitty float though, but I definitely recommend picking this knife, because the thing is, a lot of people, the reason they don't get this knife is that because they look at it and they see the backside. See, the first side you see on the inspection is actually the backside, not the side that shows in game. This right here is the side that shows in games, and almost all of them have a really clean play side, but not all of them. A lot of them have really shitty backsides, but almost all of them still have a clean play side. So it doesn't even matter how bad the float is. Pretty much all the field tested ones are still really nice looking on the play side. And if you get a low float one, it's scratchless on both sides pretty much. And yeah, this is definitely the best cheap knife. I'd really recommend getting a flip knife like the Crimson Web or the Ultraviolet. Definitely, I think the Crimson Web is a little nicer though, so that's my pick for this video. You can have a full loadout for less than $150 if you get all this stuff. I also didn't get an M249 skin because I don't even support the M249 being in the game. It's just a useless piece of shit. So yeah, I don't think you even need a skin for the M249. And yeah, I'm Mcskillet and I'm out.